it's very difficult for Kennen to actually have a stable laning phase there. You're always going to be under threat, so you really have to, as Dread, be aware of where the enemy jungle is, communicate that to Keen, and also probably spend a lot of time hovering the top side of the map just in case those ganks go through, because if Gangplank gets an early lead, like KT's draft, it's going to be about the execution, but the potential is so high.
Absolutely.
Gideon really trying to force this here, but I think the risk is just too high. Keen, of course, does have his ultimate now.
Braum is here as well. Now the collapse comes in from TF. Teleport on the top side, but it's a little bit too little too late from Afreeca. That's one kill. Lehens burns down, and there's a lot of damage coming out from Fly. Maybe not nearly. There's not really any flank wards for the Kennen, so if Keen wants to get something done without Flash, as they're looking for a pick onto Fly first, even the Subjugate coming in, and the Flash chop in one auto is enough to just smack the Syndra down.
And all the while, you know, this is just a farm fastest. I don't know about this one, Doran.
Keen's trying to get in here. He's trying to win it for his team, but maybe it was a big bait all along as Ucal's here again. Perfect timing. Picks up his third kill. And Doran says thank you very much for the help.
Oh, you want to fight a tank and get subjugate value? Great for that. You know, his pillar, always going to be useful. But he's really ahead in this game. And once again,
glad we're all on the same page. And here he is again for the counter gank. But this time, Viega will have the last laugh as Dread is getting in the face. A lot of damage coming out from some of those chomps. Thankfully, they had a stun.
Yeah, it's going to be so awkward for him. He's starting to show up now, but again, so obvious the angle he's going to take. It's really easy to outplay this as KT.
Oh, that is gigantic! What was that? That was a crazy scat of the week. But at the end of the day, Cannon Barrage is stronger, apparently. Does insane damage. Fly really set up those orbs perfectly. Basically hit everybody, and now immediately KT are like, whoa, okay, I had a plan, but then I got punched in the face.
And here's the teleport back in from Fly. This is going to be, I think, a fight KT can't take anymore. They've taken too much damage.
That's definitely much rougher than it was. And you see everybody's just backing away. They're like, okay, we can give one Mountain Drake. That's no problem. Yeah, I mean, they're getting to a point now where they're not even confident to take the fights, but now Gideon is going to get Chain of Corruption down, so he's going to be the guy that's kind of left out to dry. Ucal not even here. He was thinking about getting into the fight.
And then, you know, it's just Keen gets a kill. They get a pick without using his ultimate.
Okay, trying to get in, but that is another big scat of the week. Cannon Barrage value does come in, zones everybody away, but look at that. One orb and one arrow. Join forces and a little dab is enough.
The Braum ultimate was fantastic there as well. Everything is working together here for Afreeca. It's like a well-oiled machine, and E2. Again. Speaking of, pulling the trigger.
Yeah, trying to make that play on a Keen here. The card will come down, and he's in a lot of trouble. He doesn't even go for the Slicing Maelstrom, just 2-on-1. Should be a couple of wards. Put a ward in the Baron pit. There you go. And it might be a little bit late now as we have teleports coming in, but the damage is here. It's so late in the game, but the steal is there from Gideon and the easy lantern out. Nothing's going right for Afreeca. KT are dominating them here as here we go. Now something's going as the exhaust comes in, but is it enough to stop it? I don't think so. They're going to wipe down everybody on the side of KT. They all funneled straight into Kennen.
Which you shouldn't have. You lost Baron. But KT Rolster here, it was a really nice steal between the rocket and the smite there. They time it correctly. It's called out, so Gideon has the smite ready. And then the Death Sentence misses, and Ucal's way out of position. And then suddenly, in this choke point, watch Keen go.
야, 이거 오른쪽 들어오면서 볼게 한번. 야, 이거 오른쪽 볼게.
He's like, I'm looking at the right, I'm going right. And he goes in and just presses his Zonias, and he's like, I'm immortal. You guys can't kill me. I've done the whole team fight by pressing one button.
He only has 3 wards placed down at one time, so. I mean, they have another one above them. It's not quite as sneaky, but might be a little bit more straightforward, you know.
Yep.
Look at the zoning. The chompers and the pillar isn't enough as Drake gets in, but no, it's Jinx who gets it after all. And that's going to be too much. They're able to get Mountain Soul, and Dread goes down.
This is a mess. This game is a mess, Valdez. You go in, you're looking for the collapse in, and you are unable to get the Drake, and then come over here, clear away some of that vision. The Scuttle Crab is still active here for Afreeca. Teleport coming through. They're trying to reset for this, but Fly is so far away. Look how far away he's going to walk so far. Well, they get delayed here.
Yeah. Lahen's pretty low, so it's hard. They don't really have much of a front line either. They kind of just have to pull the trigger if they're going to go. Lahen's goes into his stopwatch. Dread, his heart breaker. It's just not going to do much. And this is kind of inevitable. It's finally coming to fruition. Nice scat of the week to buy them some time, but here comes the TF, and now 5Kid. He reigns alone. He can do whatever he wants. He is totally protected, and at 43 minutes into the game, I think KT, it was the straw that broke the camel's back.
And Keen's like, I just want to ult in one of these fights. I just want to have an impact, but just never able to find the angles, never able to have any control because KT have so much range, so much damage, and so much initiation between, the cannon barrages, the pillars. There's just so many ways this goes right for KT. They got the damage scaling and the initiation and the map control, and they're going to take game 1 in this best of 3.
That they will, and this is rough for Afreeca. They're going to get some more kills. Will KT, they want to make it more impressive than just 9-7 in 45 minutes. So they pick up one more.
Loss here for Afreeca, by the way, means they're guaranteed 6, so last place in playoffs. And at the moment, it seems like that opponent is going to be either Sandbox or Gen.G, so 2 really tough opponents they will face. It's going to be the 3rd place spot. Could be T1 as well. Like it's not a happy ending, no matter what. But part of the strength of playoffs we have right now means that as Afreeca, even if you do lose this, there's not really. Well,
and I mean, Rise. He's great, right? He's a great champion right now. You just don't see him in the top lane very often.
It's a lot of AP damage.
A lot of power.
To set up team fights, to set up potentially picks, and then front-to-back team fighting because it's very tanky. Blank waiting here because he's got to be nearby, right? He can't see him, but he knows.
Yeah, it's really smart, but Dove also playing it out. Very smart. Going to see the ward. Some prio from top lane. He's got a 2-on-2. Fly and Dread still getting in there. Nice setup here. But now Dove is going to get here a little bit earlier, actually. Keen will get here on time as well. And the Scuttle Crab is still available. 3-on-3 over the Scuttle Crab. And Afreeca say, we're going to go home. We used our engage. We would not like to follow up on that, as Dove will look for a follow-up here. And the slipperiness, they're easily able to get over the wall, as Blank is now in the face of Dread. And will push him off of the Crux.
Really nice amount of gold.
Take a look at this. I mean, they know that Blank wants to get back to clearing the jungle, so immediately Dread, outside of vision, is able to come up to the top side door and showing a little bit of respect, but maybe not enough. He's got Cannon Barrage, but even Lahen's is here, so what are you going to do? It's 3v1. That's the free kill over to Afreeca, as it will be... Oh, Lahen's actually in a rough spot here. And you can see later that he's going to have to flash this wall if he wants to potentially survive. His teammates are trying to zone and get him some room, but that might be their demise as Dread is really getting in their face. He's trying to trade it down. One more auto might do it. Dove over the wall with the help of Zeus. Should be able to take him down, and that is a double kill into the hands of the LeBlanc.
This is dangerous.
Yeah, they're kind of getting stuck in between these spots, but Zeus gets there right on time. What a timing to be there, and the Q comes in. And thankfully, they have the Realm Warp to get everybody out, but the Sonic Wave finish off from Blank is enough.
Drake of the game at 15.5 minutes. Might not be a soul at all as Lahen's
trying to get in on Zeus, but he is Braum, so he takes about 10% health. Finally gets a little bit more. So they're able to get in there. Some True Shot Barrage value hits 3. Actually, didn't do as much as I think I was expecting, but still some decent value. Doesn't seem like KT, although I say that, they are moving in to at least take down this ward, and now Dove is here, and Dove is where a lot of that value is, as in goes Fly, tries to get down onto Doran, and he will. Ults himself just to zone Dove away as well. It looks like Afreeca have secured the objective.
They have so many ways to control choke points, Afreeca do, and even though the Cannon Barrage comes through, the damage is there, and Fly can escape with his ultimate, as you mentioned, is okay.
Really getting on in there. The Sonic Wave has landed, but it's actually 5Kid who picks up the kill, and Blank just barely is going to survive. Actually die. Not sure why I said survive. As they did take him down. And now the push from Afreeca coming in, but Dove, he's still so scary. Got to be careful about this. That's some really perfectly timed piercing arrow value there. As Keen is also having some fun. We have Doran coming in from the right side. They did not expect the TP, as he's like, well, where's my team? I guess I'm maybe just going to have to flash away from this one, as the Q will miss, but the Piercing Hour gets it down, and the flank from Fly is much better, as 5kid picks him off. But at the end of the day, here comes Keen once again. 5kid going to have to flash away, but he still will go down.
This game is out of control. This series is just a little bit...
It's off the rails.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I use that term a lot, so I wanted to say, because this is like more than off the rails. Like, the rails weren't built for this game.
Clown Fiesta?
KT unfortunately can't trade back a kill, because that would really relieve a lot of the pressure, but getting Dread's ultimate and a teleport doesn't get you anything in the immediate term. Yeah, not that much value out of that barrage.
Great wave clear here from Doran, as we are going to see the Everfrost being annoying, but it is GP. And this allows KT to buy a lot of time. Actually, of course, the Ezreal not great, as Dove is going to find Fly here in the jungle, but Aftershock pretty good, as now they're going for the engage. This Cannon Barrage getting a lot of value, but it's not enough as they zone them into the wall, but they still get blasted in the face by all of that Varus damage, as now Dread goes in, and that's a huge amount of healing that keeps him alive. And the Crescent Guard will be enough as well, and you can see 5kid, he's not able to stay up here either. I mean, as the push will continue.
Yeah, this is going to be a dead inhibitor, and with teleport coming through, they can actually look to maybe even potentially end KT roll. So these long death timers were 26 minutes into the game. You have a really strong push coming through here. Baron buff for only 10 more seconds, but it's going to be enough to get these minions in. Realm Warp on top.
Yeah, just going straight through the front door as Zeus is trying to help out with a bit of disengage, and Leo's going to get aggro on the turrets, taking some damage away, but will it be enough is the question. Doran's alive, but he can't get close enough, and there's still 5 members of Afreeca that are up and healthy, and all you got to do is hit the Nexus. That's all you got to do, and it looks like they will be able to do exactly that, as Afreeca will bring us to a game number 3 with that victory.
5kid almost came online, like he was on the edge of it. But I think this came down to Doran just getting completely dunked on the top side of the map, unfortunately, and not being able to do a whole lot after that except clear waves and try to help survive. I think if that it just becomes too easy for KT to pick the Gnar first. So you ban the GP, but you can't really ban the Camille or the Sylas in that situation because
we rely on the Varus. So as you mentioned, a lot of pressure onto Fly, which isn't always what we get to see.
It's not. I wanted to say it's been a long night, but it really hasn't actually. It just feels like it's been a long night, Valdez. There's the smacking of the turret. Demolish proc going to be the plate.
And okay, Doran just flashes in. He's got Keen under the turret. That's a lot of damage, but he gets himself into danger. But who's in danger, actually? Keen is going to take it. The boomerang would not land, as the Q will finish it off. A double kill for Doran.
Even further behind, because remember, he stayed up here for a really long time. Okay, watch this happen. He flashes forward, gets the double stun under turret, and then he doubles down on this. Like, this is not the play, unfortunately, for Dread to go in there, and he just blind hits the Q.
Okay, nice.
Doran looked like he was about to be like disappointed with
Whoa.
himself. You can hear the crane cast in the background, but like,
so come on in here. Doran's got some pretty heavy hitting Qs, by the way, speaking of which.
No teleport ward for Dove.
And it's going to go the way of the Lee Sin, and Afreeca, they get in, and will they get out is the question. Nice kick. Dove is in there in the back, and a big Gnar ultimate into the wall, as real Gnar. Keen is getting crushed in the pit, and KT take a big fight, 3 for 1.
But they lose the Drake. And
Is that a true shot barrage?
Afreeca are in a place where if, you know, there was a cannon flank angle, they'd be in a really nice spot to punish that, but sadly there is not.
I love it. I love the zoom in. Yes, he used his teleport.
Oh
Pete,
my.
we might have some action.
If he had a ward, if there was a ward anywhere else, Afreeca would have been like silly for doing what they just did, but now Zeus is almost dead before this fight even starts.
And here we go. They're going to try to push in. And poke Kennen alongside of Ezreal.
No flash.
It's actually pretty decent, but, you know, no flash, as you mentioned. And a lot of this poke going wide, they're going to find this. The instant cleanse is there. The Glacial Fissure is in as well, and Blake will have to disengage. Dove kind of by himself, but then they say, we are pacifists. We do not fight.
No, I mean, he can't steal an R ultimate right now, so there's not great initiation here outside of the cannon, who doesn't have a teleport and is going to have to flash to start this fight off, but he doesn't have a flash, so
yeah,
it's not going to work. That's going to be Soul to Afreeca.
Good poke comes in, and that's enough.
Yeah.
Next level plays.
Okay, well, Doran, 1v2. It worked last time.
And everybody is collapsing. And now Dread and Fly are like, well, at least we'll kill Doran, but I'm not sure about each other, because immediately Fly dies. Dread is pretty fast. Still going to get some help, but the Solar Flare is perfect as, okay, Gore Drinker, but so many knockups are enough, and that's a double kill now for the Silas. 4 against 3, the Nars in the bottom lane with no TP. This is a moment for KT to go for the Baron.
Yeah, Keen does not have teleport, as you mentioned, and I mean, there's a lot of damage here for Leo. I don't know if they can actually do this. I don't think they can, and they're not being decisive about it. Dove's getting the blue buff real quick.
On the side of KT is, okay, here we go. He's going to use it here in the side wave, as now Keen in a bit of trouble, but actually, who's stuck in here with who? As the rest of Afreeca make their way over, and Dread not able to get the kill on that one, as Doran is now in amongst everybody, as he immediately gets exhausted, and the damage isn't there, and now, with the front line, they can play front to back here for Afreeca. They only get one for now, as the Crescent Guard is good, and the stopwatch as well, but it just feels like Afreeca will eventually take this one down as they get the Crescent Guard. They wait it out. The double stopwatch is not enough, as everybody on the side of KT was gone. And now they can just push if they want, but instead they'll back and go for the Elder. Or no, they'll change their minds and go for the push.
Well, I mean, they can do whatever they want at this point. That should be the game, and the series going over to them. Teleport coming through, and they're going for it. That's the Nexus, or rather Inhibitor turret down there. Nexus turrets will be the next target.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff missing, right? A bunch of flashes being picked up. Fly's got another one, and that's going to be their cue to get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's go for that Elder Drake.
Does buy a lot of time for the respawns to come through here for KT. Doran has teleport, but does not have Slicing Maelstrom, unfortunately. I know I've really tunnel vision on this one quite a bit, but you already hijacked an R ultimate, as Dove does respawn here. Last chance, KT, and you have no vision, you have no control over the map.
They got a Braum in position, they got a Mega Gnar in position. It's not much way for KT to get in on this one as everybody gets Gnarred back, and the Solar Flare is not going to do it either. I'm sorry, Zeus, as he will burn down and be taken out. And now Dove, one last try. Nope, that's not it either. He gets into that back line, but he's all alone, and it's getting pretty messy now. Afreeca saying, let's put an end to this game. And I think they really want it at this point. Doran is not quite going to burn down, but Blank will eventually. As 5kid still alive somehow. Let's see this 1v1.
I feel bad for 5kid in this game.
He's gonna, nope. There you go.
The Elder Drake
over the wall. That's gonna do it. Afreeca should be able to push this one in. Although they are kind of low, and they don't have Baron, and the wave is taking a while. But it's only Leona that is respawning, and Keen just runs in the front door, and that is going to do it. Afreeca will take this game.
Yep, they will eventually win it out. KT had a lot of advantages in the early game, but they could not translate that into a win. That was a story of him in this summer season. Great start to a lot of the games, couldn't stick the landing, couldn't figure out the late game. And as they did not make playoffs, they will lose their last best of 3 of the season. Doesn't feel poetic, doesn't feel happy here, but it's time to focus on next year.
Yeah, as Dove will give it one last try. But, man, Afreeca pretty brutal with this one, even waiting for the respawns as having a bit of fun. They will take the 2-1 victory here. Lehen's having a nice game amongst his teammates.
Zeus didn't hurt anybody in the early game. He doesn't even get a first 15 minutes bar, which is...
Thank you very much, guys. This is season with the interview translation. POG interview joined by Keen, Leo. You guys still have the hope to climb up to the 5th place. Keen, how are you feeling? If we had 2-0, we could actually upset the standings, so it's a bummer that we actually couldn't pick up to a win. What about you, Leo? I think it was a bit of a disappointment that we lost game 1, but still a win, and I'm glad that we're able to close out the split with a victory.
그렇죠. 기인 선수 1세트 같은 경우에
Kiin,
캐논의 슈퍼 플레이가 나오긴
you did
했지만
make some outplays on Cannon in game number 1. However, you guys ended up losing that game. And then KT subbed in their mid and junglers. What kind of mindset did you bring for game 2? The moment we lost game 1, I kind of realized there will be no way for us to upset the standings, so I just wanted to enjoy the game by playing my favorite champion, Rise.
잘하는 사람 위에 즐기는 자가 있잖아요.
그렇죠. 그러면 그 라이즈가
And that
393일 만에
Rise
나왔는데
hit the rift, especially the top lane, after about 400 days. And Kiin, you used to be one of the top tier Rise players. Was that because of the 5 bans towards the top lane? There were a lot of options, but I wanted to play Rise. I was pretty vocal about it, so I got to get the champion I wanted. So why Rise specifically? I haven't been able to play it for a very long time in the LCK, and I don't think I will be able to play it in the future as well. So I thought today will be the only chance for me to play Rise. But not only the Rise, you had a lot of champions that you played in the summer split, the Kali, Tristana, Lucian. Those are the picks that I played in the past. So after playing a couple of games, I get to be back on the track and bring back the old memory. Leo, there was an accident on the top lane where Toran picked up a counter double kill against 2 players by himself. But at some point, Afreeca managed to come back online. So did you kind of feel the confidence that you will be able to get back on track anyways in the late game? No, I didn't, but I knew that the bottom lane had priority, so I told my teammates to play around the bot lane, and also we were pretty much relaxed, so we weren't too worried about, directing the team towards getting back into the game. And you guys still have a chance to become a 5th place team, and if you guys make it, you're gonna be on the 5th place at the end of the summer split for many years in a row. And a message over to Nongshim to cheer them up. Fighting. Me and Gory are good friends. I'm pretty sure Gory will get the win. Let's see whether Afreeca can become the 5th place team for 6 years in a row. And how are we going to prepare for the playoffs, Kiin? Well, we had some crushing season in the spring, so I couldn't make it to the playoffs. So I hope we leave no regrets after the playoffs this time around. And Leo? This is my first playoffs. I'm a bit nervous because it's my first time, but I think it's going to be also very exciting, so I hope I can enjoy the matches. Wish you guys the best of luck in the playoffs, and once again, congratulations on the win. And I'm gonna pass it back to our casters. Thank you.